Welcome to this AcroFit class. My name is Lana Heintjes, and here we've got Casey Richards and Kelley. So starting off with cardio, they're doing mountain climbers. You're welcome to do jumping jacks or just dance for a moment. And keep doing cardio until you feel a little bit out of breath. Good, and then partner squats. Holding on arm wrestle grip, holding onto a thumb, lean back, arms straight, squat down, switching arms each time you stand up, 10 of these. If you're by yourself, you can just do squats on your own. And once you're done with that, partner push-ups. So standing a little bit farther than arm's distance apart, hands touching. So you'll lean in and bend your elbows, doing a push-up. You can take your head off to either side each time. If you're doing this by yourself, feel free to just do push-ups on the ground or hands on a wall, standing with feet a little bit farther back away from the wall. Once you've done about 10 of these, you can relax. And then leg tosses. One partner lies on the ground holding your friend's ankles, and then throw their legs away from you. Don't let your feet hit the ground, but let them go forward. You can take them off to the side for a little side abs challenge. Do about 10 of these and then switch rolls. If you're doing this by yourself, you can put your hands underneath your hips and do leg lifts on your own. And if you didn't already switch rolls, go ahead and switch rolls. 10 leg lifts each. Nice work. And then plank high fives. So plank pose facing one another. Do a 10 high fives. You can make this easier by putting your knees down or harder by lifting an opposite leg. If you're doing this by yourself, just do shoulder taps. And they're demoing shoulder taps for you here. And now this next one is a tightness drill. It's not going to be in the circuit later, so you don't have to memorize it. But one person lying on their back, feet facing your partner. Rearranging. Arms up overhead for the person that's on their back. Good, holding on to ankles, lifting hips up. And then Kelley's trying to pull her legs apart. She's trying to squeeze her legs together. About 10-15 seconds each of this. And if you're doing this by yourself, you can do 10 or 15 seconds in a hollow body hold. And switch rolls. Supine tightness drill for the other partner. And remember to keep your arms over your head. And you're thinking about squeezing your legs together really tight. Your partner's challenging that tightness by trying to pull the legs apart. And then last thing before we start our circuit, handstand tuck-ups. If you don't have a handstand in your practice today, what you can do instead is downward facing dog tuck hops. So Casey's going to demonstrate from a somewhat short downward facing dog, she kicks her heels to her butt. Her hips don't stack directly over her shoulders. And now if you're doing a handstand tuck up, you can walk in a little closer and then bring your hips over your shoulders, kicking your heels towards your butt, knees to chest. Try about 10 of these tuck ups, and spotting is by the hips standing behind the handstander. These are harder than they look. Once you've done 10, you can switch roles. Remember to keep your elbows squeezing straight. And once you've done 10 of those tuck-ups, we'll take a little water break before we start our circuit. So feel free to grab a sip of water. And if you're back, the circuit is where we really build strength. This is where it's at. So we're gonna do the first 4 exercises that we showed you 3 times each for 40 seconds and then 30 seconds and then 20 seconds. So starting with the squats, starting 3, 2, 1, 40 seconds and go, squat. And you can take this at your own pace. You don't have to go as fast as Casey and Kelley are demonstrating. You can go at half that speed, or if you want to really, really amp it up, you can double time. And we're halfway through. And stop. And next up we have partner push-ups. I'll tell you when to start. And we'll start in 3, 2, and 1. Again, if you start to get tired, you can change the speed a little slower. Twenty more seconds. Three, 2, 1, and stop. Next up we have leg tosses or leg lifts. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. 40 seconds, you got this. Ten more seconds. And switch. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. And if you're by yourself, you can either do a second set or take a break. Halfway through. And stop. And last off, we have plank high fives, or if you're by yourself, shoulder taps. And we'll start in 3, 2, and 1. Again, if you want to make this easier, you can put your knees down. If you want to make this harder, you can do opposite leg lift. Almost there, you got this. And stop. Feel free to take a little water break before we start our second set of the circuit. And when you're back, we'll start with 30 seconds each exercise, starting in 3, 2, and 1. Partner squats. Fifteen more seconds. And stop. Partner push-ups up next. Hands connected. Start in 3, 2, and 1. Halfway through. And stop. Now we've got leg tosses up next. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Ten more seconds. And stop. Switch rolls. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Five more seconds. And stop. All right, plank high fives up next. You got this. We're almost done with the second round of our circuit, and start in 3, 2, and 1. Halfway through. Five more seconds. And stop. Feel free to take another water break. If you need to pause the video, go for it. Otherwise, we're jumping into our last round, squats. This time, 20 seconds, starting in 3, 2, and 1. Halfway through. And stop. Partner push-ups. Start in 3, 2, and 1. Ten more seconds. We're almost there. And stop. Leg tosses. 20 seconds. Start in 3, 2, and 1. Five more seconds. And stop. Switch rolls. Start in 3, 2, and 1. Five more seconds. And stop. Last one. Plank high fives. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Five more seconds. You got this. And you're done. Great job today. Killed it. That's a hard workout. And I hope you guys do this all the time. Build up your strength and have fun at the same time. Yay!